pecan is the only major tree nut native to North America. And at San Saba Pecan Company, don't get caught calling these beauties pecans.
So how many truckloads do y'all process a day?
So we can process around 4 to 5 truckloads a day.
Don Lindquist is the company's CEO, but I like to think of him as the Willy Wonka in the world of pecans.
When we were talking earlier, you were telling me that when you first got into the industry, you had no idea how much goes into pecans.
I had no clue. I literally, when I first had an opportunity to get in the pecan business, I went to the plant and I said, wow.
So what I'm hearing behind us, is that the first step?
That is the first step. When we receive them in, they have to be sized. So we size them so that when we set the crackers, we don't have to keep changing chains all day long, because you set them in a little pocket and it hits them all evenly. So all the pecans have to be the same diameter. You go through cold water, you go through hot water, then you crack them, because you have to add moisture to the kernel so that you can actually break it without shattering into 1,000 pieces. That you actively separate the shell from the kernel, and that takes air, that takes, just sizers, all sorts of equipment just to get the pecan without a shell.
I see. So then that way, the pressure is, I'm guessing, the same for all of them. So if you had a big one, that's probably going to take more pressure than a smaller one.
That's correct.
Seeing the process in action is more than impressive. And here inside the plant, it smells so good, surrounded by fresh pecans.
Okay, Dawn, I'm going to give it my best guess. 1,000 pounds?
Yep.
I don't think people realize there are a lot of different sizes that pecans can come in.
Yes, yeah. So you start out at the very top. You have a fancy mammoth pecan halve,
Okay.
junior mammoth, jumbo, extra large, large, medium, and topper. Those are your halves.
And that's just half.
That's just halves.
Oh, and then
Then when it comes to pieces, think about this. You have mammoth pieces, extra large pieces, large pieces. You can even say a medium large piece, a medium piece, a small medium piece, and it goes all the way down to meal.
Infinite possibilities
Absolutely,
for sizes of pecans. Now, when I go to the grocery store and I'm picking up, some pecans for whatever I'm baking, what size is that typically?
So if you see something that looks really, really small, those are like granules or extra small pieces. If you see something that a lot of times is used in baking, a lot of those are medium or large pieces.
Okay.
But your halves in the bag that you see in there on the shelf, typically those are anywhere between jumbo and junior mammoth size.
So the pecan has been through water, it's been cracked, it's been sorted.
And now it's getting sorted again.
Is this a visual sort?
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is make sure that our equipment has done a good enough job to make sure our customer's happy. So that requires the human touch still. So they can do all the work over there, but when you come over here, you still want to make sure you've got no shells. You want to make sure that there's no dark spots, no imperfections.
I mean, it is truly incredible to me, like for the size and the amount that you guys are doing, that you take it to such a small batch, to all in a single line, and there are eyes on the product all the time.
Yes, and it helps us ensure traceability too, because we can go back through our records and make sure, okay, who was working on this table at this hour during this time? Did they do a good job? And then we even have the night shift to make sure that day shift did a good job, and they like the tattletale.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. This is the best smelling room I've ever been in. What is this magical wonderland?
So this is our candy operation.
Your candy operation.
So a praline. I didn't even know what a praline was when I got in this business.
What is a praline?
It's a sugared pecan.
Oh, that is heaven. Heaven on earth. Okay.
Okay.
All the self-control in the world to not eat this.
The recipe's been the same thing for probably nearly 100 years, actually.
Because honestly, why mess with perfection?
They're just about to add the finishing touches on this.
And she knows exactly what she's looking for.
They don't have a robot that does that. They know what they're doing.
Oh, that smell of butter. Oh, it's still warm. Oh, I'm going in for another one. Oh my goodness.